I guess there is an element of resilience that's
Okay.
been building up in me over the many decades. I guess there's something about the aspect of resilience that you start to pick up at various stages throughout your life, for whatever reason, make you the person that you are. And I think that really helped me at the time I needed it.
Where was the time that you came into, thinking about writing a book, thinking about transitioning your career, and thinking about starting with your mission?
Sure. So first off, you mentioned Marshall Goldsmith, and I have him in high regards. I'm also part of the coaching community that he's been put together, and he very kindly wrote the foreword to my book. So I have the highest respect for Marshall Goldsmith. But I wish, like Mara, that I was that strategically foresighted 10 years before my departure to say, okay, I'm going to start writing this book. On that day, I'm going to launch it. 6 months later, I'm going to jump ship from the big corporate ladder and establish myself as a coach. And then a year later, CEO Today is going to name me the #1 coach in the world. I wish I was that strategically foresighted. The reality is I wasn't. It all just happened. And so, one of the little secrets about my book it's gratifying that everyone sees the success and it's an international bestseller and all that. It was really hard to write the book. I really struggled with writing the book. And a little known secret is it took me 7 years to write this book from cover to cover. And after about 6 years, I'd only produced 60 pages or so. And so it really was, I was thinking that I probably don't have enough life left in me to finish this book because, a book, it's on average is 250 pages or so. And, if you continue to write about 10 pages a year, you can map out how long it's going to take you to finish the book. That was the first part of it, and it was really hard. And after about 6 years, I was actually considering to publish what I had collected, which was essentially the research for the book, as a white paper and just be done with it. But as I'm sure you will appreciate that the resilience kicks back in and it's like, okay, you seem to have really tried everything and you don't seem to be making quite the progress you want to make. Who could help here? And, you could say, as a coach who's been supporting many, many executive leaders with their transition challenges, I stumbled upon someone who's a book writing coach. And so his name is Professor Eric Costa. He teaches at Georgetown University, and within 6 months of working with Eric, not only did I produce a book that became an international bestseller, but I really was able to put it together in a way that I feel deserves my name on the cover of it. And then it, was good enough, I guess, for Marshall and other people to say, I'm happy to write the foreword and support your book as well.
Amazing, yeah. So I was wondering, was initially the intention to write a book for others, or was that for yourself also to reflect on this whole process?
So the intent was always for others because, again, I knew that, I was nearing the age of 50. I was nearing the quarter of a century of working in organizations. So I always had in the back of my mind something that will outlast my corporate career and my life, quite literally. And that's one of the few things that people know about writing a book is that, it will be around when you're not around anymore. And that's just in itself a wonderful gift, I think. And so this is why it took so long to research the topic. This is why it was so hard for me to really come to terms with what is the skeleton structure that I want to write in. And this is what Eric helped me the most. I mean, he's helped, I think, something like 2,000 people to publish the book. So he's an expert in leadership. He's an expert in nonfiction books. But this is what a good coach does, which is it helps you to come to terms with the struggle that you're faced with and to figure out a solution that works for you. And so what he really gave me was a high-level framework that I could write towards. And that was really what got me kind of going again. That was what really made me to not only produce another 180 pages over that 6 months time period, but, within a year after starting to work together, publish a book that became an international bestseller.